So my dear students, I am once again Alok Brave sir, from Ambuja Public School, Rabadiawaz. So once again brought a new video on the topic of who will provide the labor and capital needed in the farming. Then for today further I will add some more topic in it. Right, see this is a topic related with the chapter first, the story of village Palampur. Right, these topics, this video is uploaded already on the my dear student on my channel Alok Economics Academy. You can go through there. You can subscribe that channel. You will find many more videos regarding your SST. Right. Then you channel kindly subscribe it and share it with other students also, your friends, your relatives. If there are students, children are studying in class 9. You you can share. So now today we are going to study about the who will provide labor. Labor from where the labor will come. This is the most important thing in the rural area. From where the labor will come. My dear student, labor will come from those area where will come from those area of the villages where landless laborers live. These landless laborers don't have any type of land. They don't have any type of land and they work for others. Right? They work in not only in agriculture activities but on the other activities like shops. Like they work in shops, agriculture field, right? I'm making one column. Factories, small factories like forging, transport industry, transportation, right? So dairy farming, on agriculture field, you already know, on agriculture field, right? So this labor will come from 240 families, 240 families which are landless, who are landless and work for others to earn their livelihood. Now see, so these people are landless, they don't have any piece of land with them, my dear student, and they are working for other people, right? So other people hire their services to employ them. So my dear student, example in the book is given of Dala and Ramkali. Dala and Ramkali both are landless worker and they are discussing about the wages. Their wages is very less. Their wages are very less. Their wages, they are getting very less wages. They are getting very less wages, which are not sufficient to fulfill their family needs. Why? Their wages. The next question is that why their wages are less. Their wages are less because labor is available in the village Palampur in excess amount. Landless laborers are available in the village in excess amount and the competition is very high. That is why the rate of wages are very less. Sometimes they do not get wages in cash. They get in type crops. They get in type of food grains or some type of crops were given to them. So My dear students, this is the story of the Dala and Rampali. The rest you can read from the book. That is very good example is given. Right. The next topic is related with the capital. Capital needed in the farming. The capital needed in the farming. My dear student, capital is very essential thing. Without capital, you cannot purchase inputs. Inputs like plant, machinery, tools, right? HYV seeds, fertilizers, and pesticides. These pesticides. These are very essential for my dear student to plow the land, to cultivate the land. So that is the most important thing, that capital is required. So what happened? There are three type of farmers exist in the village Palampur. Now the first type of farmers are rich farmers. Rich farmers like Tejpal. So a rich farmer, they have great amount of land with them, right? If they have more than 2 hectares of the land, and they are well-to-do farmers, and they can arrange their own, my dear student, capital, right, on their own, because their surplus crop, they are selling surplus crop in the market, and this surplus crop they used to save, right, for constructing the capital in the bank, right? See, so these farmers, what these farmers are giving, they are giving loans. They are giving loans or credit facilities to small and marginal farmers. These are other marginal farmers. These are other two type of farmers found in the village Palampur. So the rate of interest of these farmer is from 60% to 60% to you can say 120%. Right? Means 5% to 5% per month to 10% per month. The rate of interest is very high, but they are giving credit facilities or loans to small and marginal farmer very fast. Right? These farmers do not have sufficient amount of land to take the loan from government authorities or public sector bank. That is why they are forced to go to the rich farmers like Tejpal for taking the money, for plowing the land, for cultivating the land, for purchasing the capital, seeds, fertilizers, right, pesticide, etc. So in this way, these people are arranging the capital for cultivating their lands. The rate of interest is 5% per month to, right, 10% per month. So it becomes 60% per annum to 120% per annum. It means they are multiplying their money very fast. In case any farmer is not able to pay, then what happened? They try to grab their land, or farmers, small and marginal farmers, were forced to sell their land to repay their loan. So this is the condition of small and marginal farmer, and their rich farmers are enjoying life. They are becoming more and more prosperous, and these people are going in more and more poverty. So this is the way these people are arranging the capitals. They are taking loans from you know rich farmers, and rich farmers are taking loan from nationalized bank. Nationalized bank, where the rate of interest is very very less, and even they are getting the subsidies also if they pay their installment completely during in the due time. So this is the another advantage they are taking from the nationalized bank, but these people are not able to go to the nationalized bank. So my dear student, my next topic is sale of surplus farm products. Sale of surplus farm product. Sale of surplus farm products or produce or agriculture goods. This is my next topic, topic number 3 for today. My dear student, there are two type of production. One production is for self-consumption. One production is for self-consumption. Right, see, this is the first type of production. Then second production is for marketable surplus. I have divided both. Now, the small and marginal farmer, small farmers grows agriculture product for self-consumption. Self-consumption means when the farmers sow the agriculture product for their family only. Right? They do not sell this product into the market. They produce only to fulfill their yearly requirement. That is called self-consumption. They are producing to satisfy their family needs. This type of production is called as self-consumption. So my dear student, this is the one type of production which are done by the small farmers. And my dear farmers, marginal farmer produces goods for self-consumption also, but for marketable surplus also. Marginal and rich farmers produces goods for self consumption for selling market. This is called marketable surplus. When we sell the product in the market, this is called marketable surplus. Right? See, my dear student, marginal farmers are little better position than the small farmers. They produces, for self-consumption also to fulfill their basic needs, but they also produces for selling. Their land also produces some surplus for selling the product for the in the market, selling the product in the market. So this is the advantage with the marginal and rich farmer. They also store product for their consumption, for their family consumption. But my dear student, the large amount of their produce goes to the market for marketable surplus. They earn high amount of money by selling the product into the market. They sell their maximum output in the market. This is called sale of surplus farm product. This is called sale of surplus farm product. In the book, example of Tejpal Singh is given that he used to sell. Rich farmer is given that he sell his product after keeping the product for self consumption. Rest of the product is sell for the in the market, and from there he earn high amount of money. Right? Already he is well to do farmer and prosperous. When every year he is prospering. Right? Why? How is prospering? They are selling surplus produce into the markets, and that money they are depositing into the my dear student, into the bank. And bank also gives a rate of interest. And this year he has already one tractor. Now he is planning to get another tractor. Right? So he will earn more and more money with the help of two tractors, because tractors help in transportation of goods also. Right? Transportation of goods, transportation of stone, transportation of bricks, transportation of straw, transportation of food products. Right? So this is the advantage exists with a Tejpal, a rich farmer like Tejpal. So my dear student, so in this way Tejpal is earning huge amount of money and he is becoming more and more prosperous. Now there are some other non-farm activities. I am going to discuss about some non-farm activities which are taking place in the village Palampur. These activities are associated with right, village Palampur. Non-farm activity. These farmers, right? There are some other type of non-farm activity which also enable farmers to employers to earn the money, like shops. We find shops in the village Palampur. Most of these shops exist in the bus stand area, where the bus stand area, right? See, second, we found dairy farming product. Dairy farming. People are also engaged in the dairy farming. Then forging of iron ore, or you can say iron ore. Then next, fourth, farmers are also engaged in except forging of iron ore. My dear student, farmer also engaged in manufacturing. manufacturing small agriculture product, agriculture tools also. Then repairing work, repairing work is also done. Then jaggery production is also there with the help of sugarcane. Right, see, in this way the farming activity, non-farming activities are continued in the village Palampur. Right, see, so my dear student, this is the another important thing, some transportation activities also done there. Then next is potter work is also done by the potters. See, with then juice, some people are selling juice. Juice is also sold by the people. Right, see, that is mainly sugarcane juice. So various type of non-farm activities are also taking place in the village farmers, and laborers are also employed in these occupations, and they are earning their livelihood from these non-farm activities. So my dear student, so this was my last video on the chapter village Palampur. I hope that you will like and you will recommend to your friends also. You subscribe my channel. Once again I am requesting you, your like or your comments will boost my courage, my heart, and I will make more and more videos to support online education which you can go through at your home. Thank you. God bless you. Good day.